I keep saying it, but seriously, there keeps being reasons to say it. XDefiant has some even more good news that we should talk about in regards to current events, updates, upcoming items, and internal milestones that have been passed, and today we're running down all this information. I'm still playing a little bit of catch up from a wild week, had to travel out to LA twice in 6 days that it's got me all sorts of out of order, but today we're talking about this, and then we'll keep our Black Ops 6 coverage and additional XDefiant coverage coming throughout the coming days, the weekend here, and next week as well. But anyways, as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What do you think of the topics discussed here in this, the free items, the updates that we've had as of today? Let me know down below. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're a part of that nearly 75% of viewers that are not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe to join the community. I'd love to have you here and keep you up to date with all things XDefiant, Black Ops 6, and other FPS content as we chase down 600,000 subscribers here this year. But anyways, let's get into it. First, an immediate piece of good news, stuff that you can take advantage of right now. If you've got weapons to grind out, get to it, because based off a community goal on Twitter to get 3,000 likes on a proposition tweet for double weapon XP, as of yesterday, after shattering that with nearly 10,000, it was announced that we'd have a double weapon XP active this weekend, live as of this video being published, going until Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific. So right now is absolutely a perfect time to jump in and start ranking up some weapons that you may not want to, or that you may just have on like the back burner that you didn't get around to. I love to see that. I just can't believe how unlucky I personally have been. This is what, like the third weekend of double weapon XP, right? I've been away for like the 12 days of double weapon XP so far. I think I've been away for like 10 of them. So kind of impressive actually. And this weekend, while I'm at my desk, I'm currently in the middle of trying to get like 10 to 11 to 12 videos ready in a 2-ish day span, so that when I'm out of the country next week, we still have content every day here on the channel. So not sure how much I'll be ranking up my weapons this weekend, but with that said, play for me, let me live vicariously through your weapon grinding, get all those camos done for me, please. But anyways, the cool part about that being announced is there's actually a little bit more to that. It doesn't just grant double weapon XP with this update, as the XDefiant Twitter account revealed not only is double weapon XP this weekend until Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, but from here until the end of preseason, anyone who logs in will receive 10 Battle Pass XP boosters and 2 common weapon skins. You're all set for the weekend. So firstly, hey man, I'll take free skins any day of the week. You don't have to twist my arm to log in and redeem those. Plus, you have the next couple of weeks here to end up doing that. So make sure you jump on and grab those. The Ember camo for the M4 is like a bronze or copper looking skin, just a plain color camo, but with the mats of the M4 and how it interacts with the surface of the weapon, it does look like it has a bit of wear and tear on it, but a still cleanish looking camo no less. And then the Disruption skin for the M44 is one that we've seen continue the theme across a various number of weapons, like the M4A1 and the ACR. Right now there's like, I'd say maybe 3, 4, 5 different like weapon families of skins that you have already across a various number of weapons. Like both the P90 and the TAC-50 also have the Lux skin available for it. So it's the same sort of situation in that regard. So nice to see some skins introduced for free, but the best part about this is the XP boosters that we also get alongside those if you log in. We got, with this login bonus, 10 20-minute Battle Pass boosters. So quick maths, that's a free 3 hours and 20 minutes of double Battle Pass XP just for logging in, which is an awesome deal. Now, personally, I haven't used any of my Battle Pass tokens, and I'm only like 2 or 3 tiers away from finishing my Battle Pass. Just need to actually sit down and finish that out, but just haven't had the time recently. But I'm saving all of mine that I currently have for next season when we have that full 90 tier Battle Pass. I'd recommend the same, but it's entirely up to you. The reason they started to give these here at the very end is because they want to make sure everybody does complete this preseason Battle Pass. So if you're not close, it is not a bad idea to use them here to get the rewards available right now, and then you'll have 90 days for a 90 tier Battle Pass in season 1, but up to you. Truly, if you don't care about the double weapon XP weekend, the skins, at least log in here this weekend and beyond to get those and help yourself out in the future. Now, next, we also got some good news about an update that my hunch was kind of right here at this. I said with the update notes that we talked about the other day that it wouldn't surprise me if we got some updates to the netcode and the hit reg and everything like that, but they just didn't put it in the patch notes to save the monotony of every single update saying, hey, we updated the netcode again. And it seems like that actually is the case. Mark Rubin took to Twitter saying, netcode, we made some changes in this patch, very technical detailed changes to help reduce the change of getting hit reg or netcode issues. And we are seeing in our data decent improvements in the telemetry that we have. Now, it doesn't mean mean the problem is fixed or that you won't see the issues ever, but it should be reduced. So if you were someone who was having or seeing these issues, can you let me know how it feels today going forward? Did it improve? Did it remain the same, or did it get worse? Which is, he said, unlikely. He also wanted to define some things, talking about netcode and the definitions of it. Hit reg is when you're shooting at a player and getting hit markers, but their health isn't moving, and you've definitely hit them enough to kill. While netcode, on the other hand, is you're dying around corners that you know for sure you're dying around corners, but not getting wall banged or any sort of fire damage dealing with that. So like, if it's a penetrable surface, it could still be doing regular damage for you, where it might seem like the netcode is off, but you might actually just be getting actual damage. So it's one of those cases where knowing the clear definitions really does help in diagnosing the situation. So again, haven't been on just yet since this update went out a couple of days ago, and haven't been able to unfortunately play as of today yet, but it is one thing that I'm very much so looking forward to seeing what these changes are, and fingers crossed it does make some difference. But obviously netcode and hitreg, two very different and clearly defined different things that persisted in XDefiant's launch, so it's great to hear that some of these steps are being taken to mitigate some of these issues. Now, of course, there is still a long ways to go, I think, but it is something that it's nice to see any sort of progress. So beyond that, for context, the next parts come from an interview with IGN during Summer Game Fest that Mark Rubin and Seifi Seda, executive producer and creative director respectively on XDefiant, where they sat down with IGN and talked a little bit about the game. The first thing in terms of upcoming content is that TDM is going to be coming in the next few weeks. It was previewed in the Season 1 trailer, where you could see the icon, you could see that kills ended up increasing the score by 1, but at the time of that going live, there was no confirmation until, again, later on in this interview. Now, Mark Rubin mentioned in the next couple of weeks, so I'd imagine this is something that the backstop for this is Season 1's launch, or the launch window of Season 1. But it kind of seemed like it'd be coming even sooner than that, so maybe before the preseason ends, which would be pretty cool. Certainly looking forward to that. Always having more game modes on offer, I think, can absolutely do wonders for a game's life cycle. Just offering player choice where applicable, and something so simple as a TDM by comparison to other game modes, it's nice to see that that is now being included. And the final thing we'll talk about today here comes down to just some general feel-good news for the overall game itself. We recently talked about how the XDefiant internal goals were absolutely smashed by the launch window of the game, right? Well, it seems like that actually may even be an understatement, because Mark Rubin in this interview was talking about how XDefiant hit 1 million players within the first hour of the game going live. Now, obviously not everybody was playing, because if you guys remember, the servers kind of went kaput. It wasn't a great launch in regards to player connectivity, but there were 1 million players trying to get in an hour. And then about a week ago at this point, they hit 10 million players in 2 weeks' time. So that's pretty cool. If you want to take a look at it by comparison to some other titans and behemoths in the industry, it is a little bit lower in terms of pacing by comparison to like Apex Legends or say Warzone when they launched and hit their 10 million marks. But still, I mean, that is no small feat to begin with. That doesn't matter if you want to compare it to the biggest games out there or not. 10 million players is a hell of a lot of players. And in the sort of same vein as that, Mark Rubin mentioned that they're not trying to win the sprint, they're trying to win the marathon, which I think is a solid philosophy and mindset to have when it comes to this game. Personally, I feel like there are too many people trying to pit it immediately against these FPS behemoths that have been around for a decade, 2 decades. Like, sure, yeah, it's great competition and everything like that, and it's awesome that it's already garnering such comparisons, but realistically, it sure seems like they're just trying to focus on doing their own thing and then trying to provide the best possible experience for the players with the community's feedback in mind. And that, I'm cool with that. So that said, that's some good news here from this past week, today, and the times upcoming in XDefiant that I think you guys should know about. Just wanted to fill you guys in here and have a casual discussion amongst the myriad of different videos that I still need to make here before I head out in a couple of days. But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap it up. Before we do, make sure to check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage for what I firmly believe are the best blue light glasses on the market. I've worked with these guys for 3 years now and cannot recommend them enough. They're the most lightweight, comfortable, and durable frames out there as far as I've used, and I definitely think they've helped my daily productivity. Now, full transparency, they're a bit more of an investment, but I think your vision is absolutely worth investing into, especially if you're like me and you're looking at a monitor, phone, you're gaming for a good chunk of the day. And with XDefiant's Double Weapon XP weekend here, might be gaming quite a bit. So if you guys would like to learn more, at the very least, I'd recommend checking out their website where they can better break down the science and all the specifics way better than I could. But what I can personally say is that I highly recommend them. So if you guys would like to learn more, check the link in the description below. And if you want to pick something up for yourself, use code Espresso to get 10% off your entire order. But for now, that is what we're going to call it. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this? Is it awesome to see 10 million players cross? The new free rewards just for simply logging in by the end of the season? The new netcode adjustments? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things XDefiant, Black Ops 6, and even more FPS content I'd love to have in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.